Hi, for my vlog, I'm going to do a quick overview of my comic collection. I have over 200 books to get through, so we'll just make this quick. These are my DC book collections, some miscellaneous comics here, um, Marvel Image. These are all of my magazines where most of the books would originally be serialized. So this is sorted by publisher, this is sorted by author. In the front here are my recently read comics, or to be read comics also. And then these are sorted by author. So in the front here is my favorite writer, Alan Moore. I have many of his books, and it's especially cool to get the original magazines of them. And over here, Grant Morrison, famous for All-Star Superman, probably my second favorite writer. I have the All-Star Superman compact comic here, and a bunch of his other books. And back here, I have Don Cook. He's a very underrated and very good artist and writer. Back here, I have my Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale comics, one of my favorite creative teams. So over here, I have some standout comics from my collection. This is issue 3 of Batman Year One, but in the South African edition. I have the book collection here, so it's cool to see the magazine format version with the original coloring, because they changed it for the book collection. So this is Spawn number 9, South African edition. Spawn number 9 has a whole saga and infamy to it, but it's quite a valuable comic. So the story behind this is Todd McFarlane was a very rich and very successful comic artist, so he paid Neil Gaiman $100,000 to write an issue of Spawn. And then afterwards, there was a massive lawsuit over the rights to the characters, which Todd McFarlane ended up losing. So this is said to be the comic that cost the most money to make. Over here, this is Wednesday Comics. This was DC's attempt at making a newspaper. It's actually massive. This is one of my more valuable comics. This is Suicide Squad number 1, first appearance of the Suicide Squad. This is pretty cool to have. Over here, this is an issue of Marvel Tales, which has a reprint of an old 1960s Spider-Man story in it. But this is rare and expensive because it has a Todd McFarlane cover. So over here are my signed comics. I met the cover artists of these comics at Comic-Con Cape Town and was fortunate enough to get them signed. So this is one of the coolest things I have in my collection. This is a full set of Wolverine Weapon X by Barry Windsor-Smith. So this is really valuable, especially the first part, because this was the first time Marvel decided to make an origin story for Wolverine. And they have really, really cool covers, and it's a very popular story, and these are quite rare. So over here on my wall, I have some pretty funny old 1960s Jimmy Olsen covers involving gorillas. So that's basically it. You might be wondering why my comics are in packets. These are called bags and boards. This is just to make sure they stay in the condition I bought it. I'm not like a scalper, but I just like to keep my comics in good shape. So this is basically the most interesting stuff to go through, so that'll be it for my collection overview.